What is going on, everyone? Rabid here with the Rabid Mining YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to mine AVN. Now, if you're not quite sure what AVN is, or its full name AVN, if I even pronounce that right, I don't know, let me know in the comments because I butcher names very badly. Anyways, AVN used to be Ravencoin Lite. Ravencoin Lite is a fork of a fork because it was forked from Ravencoin Classic, which was forked from Ravencoin. So, you know, down the timeline here, this is essentially Ravencoin's great-great-grandchild. So it relabeled and it is now rebranded as AVN or Avian. So it is CPU mineable. It's also GPU mineable. It has two separate algorithms, so it doesn't actually follow on the same one. So your CPUs are not competing with GPUs. But if you do decide to mine it with GPUs, you do have a lot more competition because X16 RT algorithm, which it did just recently use, is actually FPGA friendly as well as ASIC friendly. And the CPU mining side is called Minotaur X. So in today's video, I will be showing you how to mine AVN with your CPUs as well as your GPUs in Windows 10 as well as Hive OS. So let's just have a look. What exactly is AVN? So AVN Network is a proof of work secured blockchain. It has a reward of 2,500 AVN per block, 30-second block time, which is fairly fast, 21 billion total supply, and decentralized hash rate for better safety of the network. Now, when it comes to the pools, it's not really decentralized right now, but I do think they're referring to the two separate chains, the GPU mining side as well as the CPU mining side. And there is none pre-mined. So it doesn't sound like the devs really have their own bag. I'm going to move down to phase 5 here. This is currently where we are right now. So X16 RT and the Minotaur X mainnet activation, which is what's happening right now. Beginning stages of looking into Trezor as well as Ledger Electrum integration, which is really good. It's currently at low priority, but it does sound like there is, you know, at least a future with these cold storage hardware security wallets. And I really do enjoy that. Re-enabled asset creation, Ravencoin Classic, which this is originally forked from, I guess did have this disabled. So they re-enabled it. So now it's more like Ravencoin. And launch of campaign fundraising for exchange listings. More will be announced at a later date. And then obviously they're going to be looking into listing on other exchanges. So this is a big thing. As the coin grows and gets listed and raises its own funds, then it starts to get listed on more and more and larger exchanges, which does slowly start to increase its value as it does allow for more people to start trading it. As of right now, it is only currently listed on 2 exchanges. That is listed here anyway, and that is TradeOgre and XBitTron. Now moving forward to phase 6, which is coming next year, 2022, this is what is really important. This is what puts this coin at 100% spec mining right now, because we have no idea which direction or what this coin is going to do whatsoever. So as next year rolls around, we will see, you know, if you will start seeing those potential gains right now. So right now, it is mine at your own risk. So phase 6, longevity, January 2022, beginning stages of discussing long-term improvements. So what they're going to do with the network, beginning stages of discussing long-term implementations to set AVN apart from the others. So this is where they're going to decide, you know, what direction we're going to go. We're going to go with NFTs. Are we going to do smart contracts? Are we going to do both? Are we going to do all sorts of other things out there? So this is going to let us know later on in the future what's going to happen and what could potentially happen with the price when they do announce their changes that they do decide the direction to go with their coin. They're also looking into integration of master nodes if wanted by the community. So as you know, Raptorium, for an example, uses the smart nodes, and there's other coins like Coin and master nodes also across Ethereum 2.0 is the route they're taking. So they want to add like another chain to this. So I find that very interesting. There could potentially be some more smart nodes being added to even AVN for, you know, those nice passive income. So the first thing we are going to need is obviously we need a wallet. We need a place to store these coins. So right here, right on their website, download wallet, we just click on that. It takes us over to GitHub. We're going to need the source code zip. Just download this, and it is your core wallet that you do see with like Raptorium and everything else. It's the same type of wallet with they kind of upgraded their interface to what they like to see. Now, while that is downloading for you, let's take a look. You're going to mine with your GPU, which is the X16RT, or you're going to mine with your CPU. Now, I recommend CPU mining over GPU mining here. I tried some early tests, and GPUs, just like Raptorium, is very inefficient. But we're just going to have a look anyway. So if we click on here, it will take us to mining pool stats. So we can see Zerg pool right here is hanging out at 43.3% of the hash rate. There is a lot of hash rate there. So I'd recommend potentially Coin Miners or Z pool or something. But I do kind of see Zerg pool, if you are unaware, people are potentially mining this coin and getting paid out in a different coin. So you can select it. So there could be mining this, getting paid out in Raptorium, getting paid out in Ethereum, or whatever coins it does support. Because Zerg pool, you can do that, mine certain coins and get paid out in certain coins. So very interesting part there. But it does look like the hash rate came down a bit. It was over 50%, but still, because it is so close to 50 or 51%, you do want to try a smaller pool like Coin Miners. And that is the pool we will be using in this test. Moving back, we're going to check out the CPU side now. So we're going to click on the Mine Minotaur X, and that is what you want to use if you do decide to use your CPU. Here we have rplant, Coin Miners, Zerg pool, Z pool. So again, rplant, it's sitting at 55.6%. So I am going to be setting up Coin Miners on my CPU to mine this in this guide so you guys can see how to do it. So Coin Miners or even Zerg pool would be recommended over rplant because of the hash rate. We want to decentralize it. We want to spread it around. We don't want what we have going on Raptorium where we have over 70% on a single pool because it just looks bad. So once you do get your wallet downloaded, we're going to need our wallet address. So we're going to double click on our wallet here. It's going to open up. It's going to begin downloading the blockchain. So if you have mined Raptorium in the past here, you kind of know what I'm talking about. You don't have to wait for the complete chain to be downloaded. Once this does load, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here we have Avian Core is loaded up now, and it is downloading the blockchain. You can just hit the hide. Well, mine's already updated, but you could just hit the little hide function there. It'll bring you to this screen. Hit the receive button, and you're going to make your wallet. So I already have a couple here, but for the video purposes, we're going to label this video test. So this is the wallet. Now you can make multiple receiving addresses and they will all go to your main wallet. So this is what I do use. You kind of see my Raptorium test if you're used to the channel. If not, then this is brand new to you. Message, I'm just going to go video testing here. You can put in any message you want. Like you can see, I got CPU mining and this side's for my GPU mining. And then now we're just going to hit request payment. And that is it. Copy address. We got our address. Now, if you want to ever go back into it, here you can see video test. Double click it. It'll bring it back up and you can just copy your address. We now have our wallet set up, and now you will have to download the complete blockchain in your wallet to actually see recent transactions. So if you just begin mining now, you will not see those transactions come into your wallet if you get a payout until you actually hit that block height that your transactions happened on. So there are two separate versions available for Windows and mining on your CPU, and one is SRB Miner and the other one is CPU Miner Opt rplant. So first thing you got to do is obviously we're going to pick the Windows 64-bit version. We're going to click on that. We're going to hit save. I already saved it once, so it's going to overwrite it here. I'm going to do the exact same thing for the rplant one, and we're going to download that one as well. So remember, pick whatever one you want, and you only got to download the one, and the description will have the links to all of these. Now you can see down here, it will not allow the CPU Miner Opt. So all we got to do here, thanks to some tips and previous comments, because I usually go into the settings directly, you can just hit Control J on that. And here you can hit Keep Dangerous File, Keep Anyway. It'll bypass it and continue downloading for you. Just close it out and you can see we did get our downloads. Locate where you did download your miners and then just obviously extract them. So just double click on them. We're going to pick a spot to extract this. Yes, close. The normal default WinZip program will work for this. But I'm just going to go into documents here, new folder, and CPU Miner Opt Win. Okay. Let me just extract the other one right quick. SRB Miner, we're going to extract that. Close. I'm going to go back in the documents, new folder, and then okay once again. So both of these miners are extracted. Again, you're only using one. Pick whatever one you want. My preferred miner is CPU Miner Opt rplant fork. First up, we're going to be going with CPU Opt. So we're going to double click on that. We're going to look for us. Now, if you remember early Raptorium days, you are going to have to pick between what CPU you have. Google will be your best friend for this. Myself, I always use Ryzen CPU, so I'm going to be using CPU Miner Ryzen. So I'm just going to click this, highlight over, even though it was. I'm going to copy this, Now I'm coming down to where I do find Avian Minotaur X algorithm. So I'm going to edit that. And right off the get-go, I am going to be getting rid of CPU Miner SSX here. And I'm going to copy that over. So now I am going to be using the CPU Miner Ryzen version. Save that before I do anything else. So now I'm going to find my actual pool address. Now I'm over on the Coin Miners website and you can get all the stats you need. So I'm going to go with the CPUs here. I don't presume these are high powered CPUs, the Ryzen series. So unless you maybe have a Threadripper or an Epic, then you would go with high powered. But I would probably recommend a 3375, just the middle normal CPU stratums here. So we're going to go into here. We're going to get rid of this whole RPlant Ordilio here that it has. And we're going to paste it in there. And then we got to get to our wallet address, which I kind of showed you earlier. So I'm going to have to open up my wallet again. Wallet did finish loading up here. So now I'm going to go into our video test here again. Copy the address that we made. Just minimize that. Now we're going to go into our worker here. We're going to get rid of this and put in our current wallet address. Again, then we're going to need period. And I'm going to go Rabid WS for Rabid Workstation. Now, Coin Miners does have a password option if you want to choose, a different payout. So you're going to have to go /P and then space and then put whatever you want. So I'm going to go testing video 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be my password. In Coin Miners, we'll enter this in and you can change your payout address. So we're just going to save this right now. I'm going to go back up. Remember, I'm using CPU Miner Ryzen. Depending if you're using a different Intel or something like that, you will be doing this to whatever other miner you're using. So I'm going to right click on this, go to properties, compatibility, and we're going to run this as admin. That way, anytime we run that bat file, this will run as an administrator every time. So now all I got to do now is pretty much double click this and we should be up and mining. So we're just going to double click here to make sure it does work. That was a failure double click. So there we go. We're running. But you can see right now it is saying 16 of 32 miner threads initially. And for best hash rate, it does say it will use only physical cores. This is wrong. We are only using about 50% of our CPU. So we are going to have to add with this miner the actual thread command. So we're going to go into that and show you how to do that. So I'm going to go navigate to our bat file here. We're going to edit it again. And just at the end of password here, we're going to put in this command and it is -- threads equals 32. Now that depends. This is a 5950X CPU for this video testing. So it does have 32 threads. Now you may experience some potential issues and might only be able to use 31 threads. We'll see what happens here, if it works or not. But again, for a 3900X or a 5900X, you're going to need to use 24 threads. So we're just going to save this though right now and see if we do run into any problems. So I'm going to close this out. I'm going to double click. And then we're going to hit our boot loop. And it looks like it is using 32 of 32. Now, sometimes when I do tell it to run full threads, it does start doing a boot loop and it won't load, and eventually it will load. And I did notice that you cannot use that thread command in Hive OS at the full amount. You are going to have to be one thread less. But just keep that in mind. When we get to the Hive OS part, I'll kind of mention that again. Now let's have a look at SRB Multi. Again, we're still on the CPUs. I'll show you how to do the GPUs in a minute when we get finished with this one. But it does not have a dedicated one built into it for Avian. So we're going to have to scroll down here and actually find a CPU mineable coin. They do have Raptorium right here. So that is the one I'm going to use. So right off the bat, I'm going to go edit. I'm going to save this as... And then I'm just going to go to all files. I'm going to make this as AVN right off the get-go so I don't mix any up. So we're saving as, and then AVN, save file, and we'll see if we are in there. So we should scroll up and we should see AVN. So here we have, it's still a text file. We don't need that. We'll edit that after. But for now, we got to change everything out to what we actually need. So you can see it's saying algorithm is Ghost Rider. We're going to need the Minotaur X. So we're just going to get rid of Ghost Rider here, find Minotaur X, copy Minotaur X in there. Now we need our pool. So this is where we're going to go back to Coin Miners yet again and find the pool we're going to use. So I'm going to copy our CPU stratum here, get rid of the supernova that it has in here by default. And now we're going to need our wallet yet again. So open up the wallet. We're going to copy this over, copy address, close, minus that out, and then enter our wallet address into here. Paste it in again, period, Rabid WS for Rabid Workstation. And we're going to need the password again here. So can't remember what I already put on the other one. So we're going to be saying, let's say video test 1, 2, 3, 4. That might have been it, might not have been. So we'll find out. So we're going to save this out and this should work. Now again, we're going to go into here, properties on the SRB multi-miner, and then I'm just going to run this program as admin, apply, okay. But remember, we are sitting here as a text file still, so we are going to have to edit this one more time, which we should have just done off the get-go. So we're going to that, save as, we're going to go to all files, and we're just going to put .bat here. You got to make sure you're saying all files here. If you have it on text files, it'll just be a text document. So .bat, save, close this, and we should have it. So here we have our start mining AVN. I'm going to double click this, and it should ask for an admin, and we should start mining here within a few minutes. Now SRB Miner takes a few seconds to actually get rolling here. But here you can say SRB Miner does run all threads off the get-go. There's no commands you need. It does look like we are up and mining now. So that is how you use SRB Miner as well as CPUMINING rplant fork to mine on your CPU in Windows. Now, if you decide to try GPU mining on AVN, I highly don't recommend it. It's inefficient. CPUs seem to be getting a lot more coins. But again, that was early testing, so maybe things have changed. But here is Wild Rig Multi 0.31.2. So just like everything else, click on it, download it, save it to wherever you want to save it. Once it is done, it does not look like we have any type of security issues here. But if you do, remember, Control J, and then just allow it to go through. Now, once you do get that extracted, go and point to it. Again, Wild Rig, just right click, properties, compatibility, run this as admin, as always. Okay, now we got to find out, it does not have an AVN standard bat file. So again, we're going to be picking a Raptorium one. So I'm going to go into here. We're going to have to change out our algorithm yet again with Minotaur X. So we're just going to delete this, go down to where we find Minotaur X here, scroll down. It says it here somewhere. Or no, this is X16R now. Copy that. We are not on Ghost Rider. We are doing the GPU side, which is X16R2. So we can actually just type that in here, X16RT. We're going to need to change our pool out. We're going to copy our GPU rig stratum from Coin Miners here. Get rid of that. Paste it in. And again, back to our wallet. This will still be video test, copy address. Close it out. Insert our wallet address right here. Control V, and then our password again. We're doing video test 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, any password you want will work. We're just going to save this, and we should be good to go. Okay, cancel that. I was wrong. I saved it under the Raptorium name. You should go to save as and then name it as AVN or something. But right now, you can see if I right-click this, edit it. This is everything we just did. X16RT. We got our URL in here. We got our wallet. Password all set to go. So again, double click this and now it should work even though it's under the wrong name. But you can see here we initialized my RTX 3080 in the workstation here. It's connecting to its pool. We are getting accepted shares now. So we are up and mining on our GPU in Windows 10. So let's move on to HiveOS now. So first thing I want to do, we're going to have to make our wallet. So video test, we're going to copy our address from the wallet we created. Now we're going to go wallets here, add a new wallet. Coin, again, AVN is what we're going to need here. Address, paste that in. Name your address. So video test HiveOS AVN. So that is the name of this wallet. We're going to create that wallet right now. All good. Now we're going to go back into our farms here. Click on it. Now we're going to need to create our flight sheet. So we're going to click on flight sheets here. We're going to make one right quick here. So again, AVN. Pick our wallet, so video test HiveOS AVN. We're going to pick our pool, configure in the miner, and then we're going to start with, let's say, CPU miner opt. We're going to start with that one right here. So we're going to go CPU miner opt, set up miner config, and the fork we are going to have to use again is rplant fork. It will work, don't worry. Wallet and worker template. We're going to have to click on this one right here. This is your wallet.worker name. It adds it all in right there. And then we're going to need our pool URL. So back to Coin Miners we go. Now straight on the Coin Miners site, which I kind of should have mentioned earlier, but you can find the two algorithms and everything you need right on the main site. Here you can see AVN X16RT. This is your GPU side. And AVN Min X. That is your Minotaur, your CPU mining side. So we're just going to right click each of them and open a new window. So I have them both opened up. So, but first up, here is Minotaur X, which we're going to need. So here's our stratum. CPU miner, we're going to click that, go back into our HiveOS, Copy that in right there. Again, we're going to need our password to set into here. So AVN test 1 2 3 4, even though it's totally different what we're using Windows, that's all right. Put in any password you want so you can change your payouts within the settings of the pool. Then config override. This is where we're going to have to set our threads here. So we have to go threads. Now it doesn't like to work in HiveOS with all full 32. Now I am using 3900Xs for this. So I'm going to have to say, 23 instead of 24. So I'm going to apply changes. Now I'm going to go to flight sheet here. I'm going to name it video test AVN, and this flight sheet is now created for CPU miner our plant fork. So I'm going to send this to a rig now. So I'm going to pick rig 7. We're going to go to my flight sheet here, scroll down to our actual AVN. Where is our AVN rig video test? Right here, video AVN test. We're going to send that flight sheet to the moon just to make sure it works. And if you want to always make sure something's going on, go to user, you're going to remote in, put in miner, and you can see what your rig is doing. So here you can see we did establish, it does say 23 of 24 miner threads, just fine. You can attempt 24, but you may get a lot of connection issues, and one of the odd times it may finally connect. I just roll with 23 because then it connects every single time. Now let's try this with SRB multi. So you set everything up initially like you just did, put in your coin, which is AVN, put in the wallet that you're using, configure in miner yet again, and then swap it out to SRB multi. Go to your setup miner config. Here it does have the algorithm, everything in. Wallet you have to add separately. Your worker name you're gonna have to add separately, so a little different. Your pool server and port. This is where we got to add our port in here. Do I still have that? Yes, I do. So it's still copied in. Remember, you just find that straight on the Coin Miners website, and then we're gonna need our password yet again. So CPU miner test 1 2 3 4. I'm gonna be deleting all these. That is totally wrong right there. So we'll get rid of that. So everything does look good now. We're just gonna apply some changes. Again, it's called video test AVN. I'm gonna update this. All good in the hood. And now I'm going to pick run rig 7. Let's send that to the moon and make sure it is working once I do find it. So CPU miner test right here, video test, send that to the moon, SSH back into the rig, and we will see if we are mining away. And there we are. We are up and running. CPU rejected, low difficulty. So we are getting low difficulty shares here, but we are up and mining. After a few low difficulty shares, it will begin mining. So you should be okay. Just to confirm, here is SRB multi. It is now mining away 17.33 kilohash. The rejected shares did go away, but it took like 80 rejected to finally get to that point. You could try a higher port for a higher difficulty, like the high CPU for SRB miner. That's totally up to you. I also prefer, like I said again, CPU miner opt, our plant fork, for mining this coin on your CPU. Okay, so now let's set this up for our GPUs in HiveOS. Again, not recommended to mine with GPUs, but you do what you gotta do. All right, coin, again, AVN. We gotta pick our wallet, video test HiveOS pool. We are configuring this in the miner because there is no default pools added into HiveOS for this coin. It is way too new. And then for our actual miner, we do need our multi here. So we've got to pick wild rig multi. Again, set up miner config. So hash algorithm is x16 RT. Select that. Wallet and worker name, we're putting that in there. We got to go back and find our pool URL. So back into Coin Miners here, we are finding our GPU rigs URL and port right here. Just copy that and then paste it right into HiveOS. And then if you want to change your, your payouts, you got to put in your password. So now we're going GPU mining password 1 2 3 4. Anything works. This will be, I'll have to type this whole thing in, but you can just put in like 1 2 3 4 or something, whatever you want, and it'll work. Extra line arguments. We are not adding anything extra into our commands. We're just going to apply changes here. Name our flight sheet is video test GPUs, and then we're going to create our flight sheet. Our flight sheet is now all created. So we're going to pick a GPU rig here and start mining. All right, so here is Octominer. I'm going to use this one for it. So I'm going to go to flight sheet, scroll down until we find our GPU test here. Video test GPU, send that to the moon. And now I'm going to remote in, shell in the box, user. I'm going to hit my password here. Now I'm just going to type in miner, and there we are. It is locating all our GPUs, and it started mining, and we just had a termination. Miner go. Oh, there we go. That was the end of the other one. So I did not have any problems. So there we go. We're initialized. We're rolling. And it is now mining away AVN on our GPUs. But again, this is highly not efficient. And you make a lot more coins for a lot less power using your CPUs when mining AVN. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you haven't, please comment, subscribe, and like this video, as well as check out one of these other videos if you have not seen it yet. I do try to stream every Saturday and Sunday, so stay tuned for more future content.